staying in shape been part of my job. I feel like wellness was associated with pain for me for such a long time. We've been under so much pressure to always be like skinnier.
This is a space where powerful stories unfold.
I fully healed when I stepped out of modeling completely because I felt like my life was not like dependent as much on my looks anymore.
Conversations with women who lead, inspire, and break barriers.
I'm the first woman in my family to go to a university. I'm the first woman in my family to get a passport to travel to 60 countries. Don't let a no stop you. Women need to be their own advocate. No one's going to come over and rescue you. Be your own advocate. Own your own voice.
Built on passion, driven by fearless women. Welcome to Driven Women.
Vita, so tell me about yourself and your amazing new app and your life and your kids, and how did you get into the whole thing?
Where do I start?
The beginning.
The beginning. I came to United States when I was 13, first time. And I loved US and I moved for good here when I was 17. Since then I never left. I'm a mom of 2 girls. I live in Miami, so after kind of modeling was over for me, when I became a mom, I transitioned into content creation, and I grew a pretty big audience in Miami in the lifestyle motherhood space. My content is about fashion, about fitness now as well. I honestly always had passion for fitness because staying in shape been part of my job for such a long time, and I feel like wellness was associated with pain for me for such a long time because, you know, we've been under so much pressure to always be like skinnier. It was never about like being strong or feeling energized. It was always about just fitting into clothes. So when I exited modeling, I feel like my goal for fitness changed so much. And I finally like reached that point where I felt balance within my own body. And I shifted through strength training.
And so, what made you do that? Is it because of the pregnancy? So what gave you that whole knowledge?
As I said, I just feel like there is so much information out there about like wellness and how to do it. And, you know, I've been totally that person that tried every single diet on the planet, every single workout. I just feel like when you become a mom, when you have a career, like your life gets so busy that like I don't have time to go and spend hours at the gym. Like I just want to be efficient. I want to work out at home, and I just felt like there's very few apps that would give me results at home. So I feel like my workouts are, I mean, I definitely experience it on myself. If you invest in a good pair of dumbbells at home and you're committed to it, it's so easy to stick by and just get the results you want in a shorter period of time.
But what about all the food recipes? I'm following some of your things. You know, my girl is obsessed with doing some of the cakes at home, and I said, okay, let's try. You did like one a few weeks ago, and we tried it out, and it was amazing. So where do you get all these recipes from, where it doesn't have all this sugar and all these things? And
so it's funny, when I married my husband is Italian, he loves cooking. So I feel like the love for cooking really grew on me with that marriage. When I married him, I was like, I'm never gonna cook for you, just so you know. But I feel like I truly got into it, and now like, I feel like cooking at home, it's like a sort of a self-love. Like you feel like you're giving love to yourself by nourishing your body. I also feel like I became more into cooking as I had kids. Like I want my kids remembering me making homemade meals, and it's also like our activity. My kids love cooking with me, so I feel like it's our bonding time. It's part of like family time. And honestly, like same angle. Like my app is for busy, driven women, so my recipes are super easy, doable, like everybody can do them, and they're good for you and also taste good. So that's kind of how the app was born. And also I have like a mindset section, and it's not about meditation like people think. It's more like life experience based talks about like motivation, rediscovering yourself, or like finding another lane after becoming a mom.
And do you cook a lot with your husband?
It's actually our weekend activity. On the weekends, once a week, he cooks for all of us. He makes a pasta, so that's kind of his day of cooking.
Okay.
I'm actually trying to get him into like making a little segment on my app where he can share his like Italian recipes.
I love
I think we're getting there.
So in my family, Mark is my husband cooks.
Okay.
And I get to do the tables. I mean,
I
they
feel like
look
it's very European.
nice
Like
and,
European man loves to cook.
Yeah, he loves it.
I love it. I think that the
I
love
find
for,
it really stressful.
I think if you find like easy enough recipes that you like, I think it's not as stressful. I think it's first time you don't know what you're doing kind of
3
thing.
miles.
Yeah. Well, maybe, yeah. I grew up with parents where they weren't cooking together, and we always had amazing chefs and nannies. So I didn't see that whole thing. So now I
Right.
spend a lot of my kids being involved with Marcus cooking or our team in the
It's
kitchen.
a nice feel.
It's nice to be all together. I love making breads. So in Denmark we eat a lot of brown breads. So that's the only thing I can do.
That's good. It's already something.
Yeah. It's the beginning.
But I feel like I gained that love for like cooking through my husband because I feel like Italians are so like they have that culture for food. Like they are so like my husband will drive for 1 hour to some Italian store to buy olive oil because he thinks that olive oil in Publix is not good enough for him.
No.
So they're very like
true.
specific, you know, which is
So
great.
I
Like
have
they can talk
family
for
in
hours about food.
Sicily, and every month we get olive oil and oranges sent from my family there. So
nice.
it's always fresh olive oil and oranges. So my kids have fresh orange juice every day.
That's
It's like
amazing.
the C vitamin.
So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's been like pretty fresh. We just launched 1 month ago.
But it's exciting.
We're close to 2,000 members already on the app, so that's been going like really well.
Did you study any special technique that,
I have.
or is it just things that suited your?
I got certification in personal training.
Yeah.
So I definitely wanted to get certified and be credible. But I do feel like what makes me different is like I truly understand what people go through because I went through so much. Like I went through gain weight, I went through food disorder, just like unhealthy relationship with wellness was there for me. So I feel like besides just reading it in a book, like I actually experienced it on myself. So I feel like when you live through something, you can understand people so much more and connect with them as well. I feel like mental part is such a big part of wellness as well. Like how you can complete, certain goals in fitness as well.
And how did you get through your whole, with going through being a model and always having to be so skinny? What helped you through that process?
Honestly, like I think I fully healed when I stepped out of modeling completely because I felt like my life was not like dependent as much on my looks anymore.
Yeah.
And I gained tons of weight after modeling, and I feel like it took me a really long time to sort of like recenter myself, and it was not about the speed. I truly made it like the right way, and I feel like when you do it the right way and you're patient with it, like it actually sticks and like stays with you.
And so being a mother of 2 beautiful girls, how does that make you think about their life going forward and social media and worrying about that pressure? And I have 4 girls, and I'm always super worried about it.
We were just talking about it. I think it's like so important for me that my girls like experience that drive within their careers too.
Yeah.
And it's honestly a puzzle for me because I grew up in like such a different setting, like also like coming to a different country, it's like already a challenge on its own.
Yeah.
But they're born already here, like they already in a different setting, they're a little bit ahead. So how do you make them appreciate things and work hard for things and still feel that drive and find something for themselves to reach, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm still trying to figure it out. But I think honestly, like you can say so much to your kids, but you should actually lead by your example. So hopefully them seeing me waking up every morning, going to work, going for my dreams will also keep them motivated and just like set the right standard for them.
Yeah.
As much as I feel guilty as a mom to like be away, I do feel like there's so much value in actually them seeing me going for the things I want.
Yeah, absolutely. It's inspirational. Well, thank you, Vita, for involving us. That was really nice.
Thank you.
So you ready, Catherine?
As much as I'm gonna be, you just edit it, make me look better, make me look pretty. Use that filter.
She showed us no mercy.
Right, so Catherine, tell me a little about yourself and your role within UBS and how you manage your day-to-day life.
Well, thank you, Julie. I appreciate that. I've been at UBS 20 years next week. I've been 30 plus years in international wealth management, and I didn't arrive there in the ordinary path. I went to university, I wanted to be a lawyer, went to law school, then I walked, halfway through law school into a trading room and I became completely enamored by it. So I called up an employment agency, I said, get me a job on the trading floor. And they called back and they said, good news, we have a job for you on the trading floor. I said, great, when do I start? They said, listen, cowboy, before you get too excited, I just want to let you know, one, it's a temp job. I was like, that's okay. Once I get my foot in the door, I'll be fine. They go, you're the receptionist. I'm like, the receptionist? I said, graduated university, law school. I said, listen, you can't type. So listen, 35 years later, my typing's still dodgy, but I've navigated the ins and out of banking, and I've enjoyed a great career. I've had offices in New York, Miami, Canada, Hong Kong, Uruguay. I work with tremendous people, and like racing, life is a team sport, so I have a great team around me, a great boss. And I think if there's one thing that has helped me, and that I hope your podcasters could take away, and I think this internal shift happened when I was younger, it's that I quickly learned that a no is just sometimes a longer way to a yes. And had I stopped at my first no, I'd not be where I am today. So don't let the first no stop you. Don't let anyone's expectation of who you are or what you can accomplish define you. I'm the first woman in my family to go to university. I'm the first woman in my family to get a passport, to travel to 60 countries, to own, my own worth. So don't let a no stop you.
When you were on that trading floor, how did that make you feel at that point? Because at that point, it probably was one girl versus 200 men.
It was. And at first I thought I had to be one of the boys, right? And I had to keep my head down, just work hard. And then I realized that, I'm not a boy. I don't want to pretend to be a boy. I think in any career, you have to be true to yourself. And then I realized, stuck my head up a little bit, and said, I think I need a mentor. And I've had great mentors. But then I realized, I don't need a mentor, I need an advocate. And the difference is a mentor will help you. An advocate's going to say your name when you're not in the room. Yeah. And then I realized, I turned around and I was speaking to my daughter, I said, you know what? I've had tremendous advocates, tremendous mentors, but sometimes women aren't in a position to have one of those. And that's when I realized women need to be their own advocate. No one's going to come over and rescue you. No one's going to come, come save you. Be your own advocate. Own your own voice. So I think that's important, again, to share.
And what about now with the UBS and the whole strategy, women investing and, kind of really giving some attention towards the education. I think there's so much with women and they're running 500 things in their life, and there's so much happening with being a mother and running their companies and so forth. What is your take on how we can help them or guide them in the best way?
Well, finally, I'm glad to see that women in wealth are getting the attention. I think, initially it was just about how to help women manage finances, but listen, it's more than that. Women are creators of wealth now. Yes, 8 out of every 10 will manage their own finances, but 60% of all degrees in the university, whether it's associate, bachelor's, master's, doctorates, they're going to women, right? So UBS is focused on the female client owning your own worth. And I think that carries a lot of weight and perspective. What it means to be just, own your own worth, not just financially, but in the full sense. How does it connect women to begin to redefine the relationship with wealth and purpose?
And so, change makers and going forward within the different markets, do you see that there's a different strategy within the markets?
Well, I do. Obviously, different countries have different, different paces.
Yeah.
I'd love to see them all as quick as possible, but I think just like in a car race, you've got, some people who are going to have the pole position, some people are going to have to pull into pit stops, and some are going to go around smoothly. But everyone's going to get there in their own time, but I think it's important as women, as long as women take the wheel financially, doesn't matter how fast you go, I think something powerful happens. Women aren't reckless investors. They're thoughtful, they're purpose-driven, they're long-term thinkers, they ask smart questions. When women invest, communities get better. So And as I think I mentioned last night, what I love about it is that women are succeeding in a track that's built and designed for men. I love to see that. I'd love to see us go faster as a race car, but I think we're getting there.
Thank you so much for joining my
Thank you.
podcast for the day.
Thank you.